Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our EAFC 24 Summer Career Mode. We're returning today with episode 5 where we'll play through probably around half of our remaining 16 Premier League games. We'll also have the draw for the FA Cup 5th round to come shortly where we should see that tie in today's episode. But just jumping straight into our first game, it's Brighton away from home at the Amex. The reverse fixture of the M23 derby, which we won by 3-2 in the previous episode in what was an absolute cracker. Hoping for another entertaining game here and another 3 points on the board. Come on, you Eagles. Well, guys, I've just played out the first game of the episode. An absolute stinker away down on the south coast at the Amex. Terrible game. Stark contrast to the game at Selhurst that was a goal glut end to end. This one there was just no chances. Neither keeper really made a significant save and it ended Brighton 0, Palace 0. An awful game to start off the episode. With Newcastle and Chelsea both winning to go ahead of us, that makes our next game against the Blues at Selhurst Park even bigger. And just before we head into this huge game against Chelsea, we've just had the tournament prize money, which should be for the FA Cup. So we'll find out who we'll face in the 5th round. Will our luck continue? Yes, it will. Charlton Athletic. And interestingly enough, they're actually a South London rival, I believe, Charlton Athletic. My geography's not the best, but I believe their location is quite close to Crystal Palace. So a bit of a derby there in the 5th round of the Cup. Quite a few EFL sides still in the competition. But anyway, we've got 3 big league games before we get to that 5th round clash in the FA Cup. And they don't come much bigger than this for Crystal Palace. Chelsea currently sat in 6th place, just 2 points ahead of us with 15 games to play in the league. Massive game and a chance to leapfrog Chelsea here with a victory. Come on, you Eagles. Of course, we managed to beat Chelsea in the reverse fixture in the previous episode. 2-0 at Stamford Bridge in what was probably our performance of the save as Mateta heads in at the near post. Fantastic cross by Mitchell and Mateta just meets it at that near post. He's not gone too far beyond it, so he just needs a little touch just to glance it in. Keeper's got absolutely no chance at that proximity. Gets the run on Badiashile, heads it down, and Jean-Phillipe Mateta with another goal in the Premier League. Lerma to Elise, back to the Colombian, and his compatriot on a storming run down the right, and he's got there as well, Munoz. Gets to the byline, can he pick someone out? Mateta, oh my goodness. Elise again from that same side. Mateta! And again, Petrovic equal to it. Elise comes across to the other side. Mateta again this time. Petrovic can't get there. Crystal Palace double their lead before the break. And Chelsea are in real trouble here. Well, Newcastle have just equalised against Nottingham Forest. So as it stands, we will be heading into 6th with the results as they are. Fantastic defending from Palace, putting our bodies on the line. Chelsea trying to get back into this, and we are desperate to see it out as we've got another injury there. This time Tyrick Mitchell, as Acosta has his shot well saved by Dean. I'm expecting Chelsea to put up a fight in this second half. All through to Jackson, now Palmer. Danger here, Cole Palmer out to Nkunku, back to the Englishman. Lerma dives in and doesn't get there. Caicedo, foul, is that a penalty? I think it is. Chris Richards leaning on his man. I think it's been given as inside the area. Yeah, probably the right decision. Maybe Caicedo went down a bit easy, but it's Cole Palmer, the man who doesn't miss. Well, I think it's gone in. What's happened there? Yeah, posting in from Cole Palmer. The pitch just reset. That was really odd. But it does clip the inside of the post and roll in. Cole Palmer does not miss penalties. And Chelsea with 15 minutes to try and salvage a point out of this. Where is that whistle, referee? Okay, we'll play on Mateta! Off the post. Still in play. Disasi gets it back. Cleared away, but that will do it. No hat-trick for Mateta. Hits the upright right at the death, but Chelsea falling to defeat once again. Palmer got one back from the penalty spot, but Palace able to hold on and claim another massive 3 points that once again moves us clear of Chelsea, as our victory did at Stamford Bridge. Massive, massive win with now just 14 games to play. Well, unfortunately, we see after the game Tyrick Mitchell down with a 4-week sprain. So that's going to be a huge, huge miss for us down that left-hand side, as he's been fantastic this season. Can see how tight it is in the race for European football. I'd still say anyone down to West Ham in 11th, just about in with a chance, but just 3 points separating 4 teams from 5th place down to 9th. We face Everton away at Goodison Park, who they themselves will be looking over their shoulders more than looking upwards, and they are desperate for 3 points to secure safety. Both teams desperate for the win. Come on, you Eagles. So looking to keep our hunt for European football alive here. This is one of the easier fixtures we've got remaining this season. In our final 4 teams, still have to play Liverpool, City. We've got Newcastle again, I believe, Aston Villa at Selhurst Park, as Lerma fires wide. So some big games to come. If we are going to make it into the top 7, we have to make sure we win these sorts of games, even on the road. Schlupp wins it back. Mateta onto Eze. Lovely ball through by the Frenchman. No one to aim for in the middle. Eze does well. Elise at the back post. What a finish! And that might be enough for Crystal Palace. It's been tight, it's been cagey, there's been very few chances. Eberechi Eze down the left, ball into Elise, Sirkin loses it, and what a finish on the weaker right foot from Michael Elise. That is a fantastic strike coming over his shoulder. Hits it back across the goal. Pickford no chance. Crystal Palace have the opening goal. And that's going to do it here at Goodison Park. A really, really closely contested game. And it was just one piece of brilliance from Michael Elise that separates the sides. Big, big win, because as I said at half-time, these are the games that we need to make sure that we're winning. We can't afford slip-ups and draws in these games if we want to make it into Europe. Massive, massive win on Merseyside. Well, that win there does keep us in 6th above both Chelsea and Newcastle. We've still got the best defence in the league, but we are the lowest scorers in the top half of the table. Trying to make it into Europe for next season. Burnley at home in the next one should be a banker with 13 games left to play. Come on, you Eagles. I was just looking at the league standings heading into this one, and this first season has been absolutely fantastic. Not just for us, but the season as a whole. The title race between Liverpool and Manchester City has been really close. The race for Europe's fantastic. There's still loads of teams battling for survival down at the bottom. It's exactly what you want in a Premier League campaign, and of course our goal is to try and sneak into the top 7 this year. It's going to be tough, but I think if we can go on a good run between now and the end of the season, there's every chance that we do sneak into that final European spot. We beat Burnley pretty comfortably in the reverse fixture at Turf Moor, so hoping for another comfortable win here to keep our momentum going. Elise's corner looking for Mateta, and what a header. What a header by Mateta. It's the 2 Frenchmen linking up again. Are they going to be here next season? Well, Elise will most likely be departing as he has gone in real life. Will there be big interest for Mateta in the summer? I think he's close to 20 goals in the Premier League now. I'm sure there will be some big suitors come the summer transfer window. Eze now finds Wharton, Mateta, and Elise takes it in his stride. Great effort. And Muric gets down to make the stop. Looking to double up before the break. And kill the game off before we get to the half. Wharton strike. And it's tipped over by the Kosovan Muric. Oh, Munoz stays down after that tackle. It was a hefty one. And I thought he might stay down, which he has, slowly getting back to his feet. But Munoz going down would be a big miss. We've already got Tyrick Mitchell on the other side down with a 4-week quad sprain. The last thing we need is our other fullback going down for the run-in. Borja, come on, don't throw this away. No, what a ball. Masengo, huge save. Huge save, Dean Henderson. We are going to see out the victory. Huge stop from Dean Henderson, and we'll see how important that may prove to be come the end of the season. But we do hang on to the 1-0 scoreline. I hate leading by just one. Such a precarious lead. But another win in our hunt for European football as we complete the double over Vincent Kompany's side. Well, a chance to turn our attention away from the Premier League as we now face Charlton in the FA Cup 5th round. Bit of a South London derby, this one. And, well, I said we can turn our attention away from the Premier League. We don't really want to, as we see ourselves jump up into 5th place above Aston Villa. Now just 3 points behind Arsenal in 4th with 12 games to play. Surely we're not going to finish this high, are we? Surely not. Big game against Charlton here, looking to make it through to the quarterfinals. Come on, you Eagles. So yeah, we're travelling to the Valley here, a stadium I might try and get to in real life this season. For those that have watched the channel for a while, you know that I am a local Crawley Town fan. Just been promoted to League One, of course. So we'll be facing Charlton in their league campaign. But yeah, always fun when you face a rival who are close to you geographically. And not many big teams, well, I say not many big teams, not many teams in the Premier League in South London. So when you do get to face one of them in a cup competition, it's always a fun occasion. I've made quite a few changes, rotated the team as it comes in midweek, but still a great opportunity once again to make it through to the quarterfinals of the cup. Mainly facing, in fact, all the way facing EFL sides, but Charlton looking to cause an upset here, as Norwich did in the Carabao Cup. Charlton been right at it in these opening stages. Raksaki steps away from Dobson though. Here we come into Mateus França, the two youngsters linking up. Back to Raksaki! I think that might be his first goal of the campaign. Jesserin Raksaki, the young English talent. I am a big fan of this kid. I think he might get some minutes this season for Palace with the departure of Elise. Brilliant finish past the keeper. And Crystal Palace take the lead just before the break here as we look to make it into the quarterfinals. And potentially a chance on the break here. França, look at Edouard, he's onside. And Odsonne Edouard racing away in behind. Edouard smashes home the dagger. That will do it. Crystal Palace into the quarterfinals. No way Charlton fight back from here. Brilliant goal on the break. And it's Odsonne Edouard once again. Don't throw in the clean sheet now. No. Oh, that's so annoying. Alfie May grabs a late goal, but it's not going to change the outcome of the game. So annoying to throw away the clean sheet. You know how much I hate that if you've been watching the channel during FC24. Still though, through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. The backup brigade doing it once again. And Odsonne Edouard with the dagger. What a season he's having. His goal per 90 minutes is absolutely fantastic this season. Playing back up to Mateta, but still scoring plenty of goals. So as we sim through to this game against Spurs, we will have our scouting updates in a moment. But before we get there, I want to see who it is we will face in the quarterfinals. We've been drawn against Everton. Okay, wow, look at that. Quite a few EFL sides still in the competition. Middlesbrough face Liverpool. Sunderland travel to Aston Villa. And Norwich face Leicester in an all-championship affair. We'll take on Everton at Selhurst Park. And a great opportunity to reach Wembley in the first season. A lot of the big teams already out of the competition. So, scouting update from England. We've got quite a few players here that we're going to continue the scouting. I do like the look of Jude Wilkins, and with the high potential after 3 months, I am going to give him a scholarship. I think for Rory Davey, despite the high starting overall, I am going to let him go. So we'll keep the scouting on these 4. Again, from Scotland, maybe time to be a bit ruthless. We'll keep the scouting on the 3 at the bottom, but I think for John Lockhart, we're going to let go of him. Malcolm McPherson, well, I mean, I do love the name. I'm going to keep him there for now. Arthur Nicol, I think despite a decent overall, we will reject him. But as I say, we'll keep the scouting on these 4. And I'm still waiting for a goalkeeper for the Youth Academy. Yeah, normally find loads of keepers. We've got this guy, Augustine Alvarez, but the starting overall is so low that it would take him years to even reach that potential. So still holding out for a keeper. Danny Soraya could be okay, potentially with a position change, but we'll keep the scouting on these 2 for now. And here is how the academy looks. I definitely think Samuel Orozco and, wow, Nathan Holden. Look at this guy, his potential has skyrocketed 91 to 94 now, so definitely going to have potential to be special. Starting to see some of these guys who have been in the academy for longer, their potential ranges are starting to set. Morgan Fry also looks good. Ruben Godoy I'm going to release. We've got better players in those positions, and Ian Armstrong as well. The potential's massively decreased. What we will do is convert Kirk Duff, and we see a slight position or slight overall growth to 58. Still quite a lot of work to do for this lad. So another huge game coming up next is Tottenham away at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Still just 3 points behind Arsenal in 4th place, and we remain in 5th ahead of Villa, Newcastle and Chelsea just below us. Trying to close out the season and hold on to European football. Could we make it into the Champions League? I'd say we've got an outside chance, but we need to be winning games like this if we are to do so. Really tough test here away in North London. Come on, you Eagles. Yeah, this is a big game here with 12 to play. We narrowly lost the reverse fixture at Selhurst Park by just a 1-0. Richarlison scored the only goal, but it's so tight for those European places at the moment. If we can somehow get a win, then we keep our chances of sneaking into the top 4 alive. If we lose, we could drop down as far as 7th. So yeah, huge game here. Yes, I would take a point, but all 3 would be absolutely massive. Maddison coming short and finding Oliver Skip, who skips away from Wharton and now finds Richarlison. Lovely turn by the Brazilian, and Anderson comes across, and now it's Ollie Skip with the effort blocked. Kulusevski onside, just struggling to get out at the moment since that Kulusevski effort. Just haven't been able to keep hold of the ball. Spurs are probing. Maddison fires the shot in on the weaker left foot. Can Spurs win it late on here? Wilson through to Heung-min Son, and the Korean finds Timo Werner. Danger. Munoz gets a foot in, and that is going to surely do it. No. Oh, thank God it fell to Timo Werner. The one man on the pitch we would have wanted it to fall to. Munoz just couldn't clear his lines. Spurs won it back in the penalty area, and it fell to the German, who couldn't hit the target. Big chance for Spurs to win it at the death. Decent point on the road against one of the traditional top 6. I'll take that all day long. But it does give Arsenal the chance to extend the gap to 4th, to 5th points. And the teams behind us will be licking their lips thinking that they can close the gap. But I'll take that on the road. Well, just before the next fixture against Luton Town, we see Jeff Schlupp has gone down with the broken toe. So another broken toe joining Morgan Whittaker on the treatment table. Thankfully, Tyrick Mitchell is just coming back. As I say, it's Luton up next at home. We lost the reverse fixture by 1-0 at Kenilworth Road. And you can see how tight it is in the Premier League at the moment. 11 games to play, and the race for European football is going down to the wire. Come on, you Eagles. Eze finds Raksaki. Lovely ball into Edouard, who's onside there. and that's going to be a penalty. Oh, defender just had a little nibble. Edouard made the most of it. You can see he wins the ball there, and then there, that second action has a nibble, and Crystal Palace will have a spot kick. It will be Michael Elise, the Frenchman, to stand up and take. And Elise sends the keeper the wrong way. Crystal Palace lead. And, well, we needed that. An early goal to settle the nerves. Elise with another. Crystal Palace on the march for European football. Oh, Enciso through the gap brilliantly. What a goal. Julio Enciso on loan at Luton from our M23 rivals Brighton. And he's just absolutely done me in there. Kouame with a good pass. Richards gets beaten too easily. Anderson can't quite get across. And Dina's got no chance with that. Rifled into the bottom corner. Luton back on level terms straight away. Eze, start of the second half. Need to be a little bit better here. Edouard, lovely ball through. Eze racing away. Eberechi Eze, never going to miss that one. Beautiful build-up. And Eze salutes the home crowd. Edouard, Raksaki and Eze involved in the build-up, and it's an easy finish in the end. Lovely ball round the corner by Edouard. Palace restore their lead. Raksaki to Eze. And Edouard sees Munoz out wide. 1-2 with Elise. Some lovely build-up in today's game here. Munoz sends his man to the deck. And Elise would have been a fantastic goal. And Kaminski gets gloves on it. If we can find that third to give us the cushion, I don't see Luton coming back as Edouard heads in the third. That should do it. 27 to play. Palace lead by 2, and it's odds on Edouard again. No. Oh. That's so annoying, man. Gave the ball away cheaply. And then give away the penalty. Christian Kouame makes it 3-2. Still a comfortable win for Palace. It's just a lack of concentration from me. But the win nonetheless. We don't lose the clean sheet over it. But another goal conceded. Main thing is, though, as I say, we get back to winning ways in the Premier League on the back of the draw away at Tottenham. So tight in the race for European football. I think that leaves us with now 10 games to play in the Premier League. So it's all to play for the teams going for Europe. And apparently every single goal today was a penalty. Come on, EA. So that win does see us remain in 5th place, just 3 points behind Arsenal. But I'm looking down the table rather than up. We're now 8 points clear of Chelsea, although they do still have a game in hand, meaning that 7th is looking like a very big possibility this season. I'd say Arsenal, ourselves, Newcastle and Villa are the 4 to keep an eye on. One of us is going to be playing Champions League football, 2 Europa League and 1 Europa Conference League as well, most likely. So still loads to play for. But our attention now turns to the FA Cup quarter-finals as we host Everton at Selhurst Park. Great chance to make it to Wembley in our first season here with a victory against Sean Dyche's side. Come on, you Eagles. So we're underway here at Selhurst Park, just approaching the 10-minute mark. Great chance to reach Wembley for the first time in the save. And facing Everton, both of our clashes against them this season in the league have been very tight and cagey. The game here at Selhurst Park was very chippy. Quite a lot of tackles flying in as Pickford turns that around the post. Tackles flying in, but not a huge amount of chances. And it was the same at Goodison Park until Michael Elise scored that wonder goal to give us the lead. But yeah, both games were tight and cagey, and there weren't many chances and many goals. I'm expecting more of the same today. But we've made a good start here. Eze! Looks to have caught Jordan Pickford out there. Lovely turn as the ball comes into him. It looks as if he's going to... looks as if he's going across goal. And instead brings it back into that near post. But Pickford will want that one back. Terrible goalkeeping by the Englishman. Correct me if I'm wrong if I've got any Palace fans. I don't think Palace have ever won a major trophy. I might be wrong. I know that they've won I think, the old sort of second tier before, but I don't think they... Oh, Elise, I don't think they've won a major competition, so that loss in 2016, heartbreaking, and they've not been back to Wembley or not been back to a final since. So, yeah, great opportunity to do so here in my first year. We've been really good in this first half here, so close to doubling our lead there through Michael Elise. Decore on the edge, back to Eze, look to bend one, and Pickford equal to it. Palace fans making some noise now. Corners into Edouard! The Cup King! Odds on Edouard with another. Palace lead by 2. And we're 35 minutes away from another trip to Wembley. Massive win here at Selhurst. Well, there is the whistle in South London, and Crystal Palace are heading to Wembley for the FA Cup semi-finals. I'm just praying that we avoid Everton's Merseyside rivals Liverpool in the semis. I expect them to make the final. I'll take my chances against them in a one-off game, but I do not want to face them in the semis. Let's go and find out who it is we will face in the final four. And we've had the match rescheduled emails, so Crystal Palace will take on in the final four. Oh my God, Liverpool are out. Liverpool lost to the Borough. Aston Villa win on penalties against Sunderland. We take on Championship Leicester. Oh, this is ridiculous. Aston Villa face Middlesbrough. Crystal Palace face Leicester in the FA Cup semi-finals. This has been the season of big knockouts. What is going on in the FA Cup this season? Alright then guys, we'll play one, maybe two more to close out the episode. We've got Nottingham Forest away at the City Ground. Now Chelsea actually lost their game in hand. We've now got a game in hand over them, and we're 5 points clear, so can extend the gap to 8th place to 8 points with a victory here. And I wouldn't say all but secure European football for next season, but it would have to be an almighty collapse to bottle it from here. Big game away at the City Ground as Forest themselves fighting for points to keep themselves in the top flight. Come on, you Eagles. Senadori down the left for Forest, swings the cross in. Elanga gets there before Gurhi, who was on his heels, and Dean Henderson forced into the stop. Gibbs White header. Mateta, lovely hold up, releases Mitchell. Eze in support. Ebere Eze! Fantastic goal from Palace on the break. We take the lead in a big clash at the City Ground. Mitchell escapes down the left, rolls it into Eze, and it's a beautiful finish past the Belgian Matt Sales. Forest coming on the break here. Gonçalo Ramos into Sangare. Back to the Portuguese striker. Gets away from Joachim Anderson. Trouble, he's put it wide. Gibbs White, danger here through the gap to Gonçalo Ramos. And well, he missed that chance at the end of the first, but he's on target here. Beats Dean Henderson at the near post. Gibbs White just given too much space on the edge. Slipped through. Lerma couldn't block it on the slide. And Nottingham Forest fight back for an equaliser here at the City Ground. Takes the ball in his stride there, Elise. Dinked into Munoz. Mateta! Oh my goodness. Goal of the save from Jean-Phillipe Mateta. Beautiful work down the right-hand side from Elise and Munoz. And the ball is just dinked into the middle, hung up. And Mateta on the weaker left foot. Over the reach of Matt Sales. What a finish. Crystal Palace back in front, and my God, if there's not bids for this guy in the summer, I will be so surprised. He has been electric this season. Montiel down the right, runs into Mitchell, ball into the middle. Oh no, Nuno Tavares gets his head on it, and Nottingham Forest fight back for the second time today. Dean couldn't get anything on it. I think maybe he could have got down to it. I thought the cross was going to be blocked by Mitchell. Nuno gets the run on Lerma. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh on Dean Henderson. But for the second time today, Forest fight back and have an equaliser. And yep, that is going to do it. 2-2 here. And feels like 2 points dropped. Twice we were leading against a team in the relegation zone. Twice we've been pegged back, and we'll have to settle for a point. I think Chelsea managed to beat Burnley as well, so they will close the gap on us. And Newcastle, Aston Villa and Arsenal will also be looking at this result and licking their lips. Really, really disappointing result away in Nottingham. Well, do you know what? We will play one more as we travel to the Vitality to take on Bournemouth. Just before the game, David Ozo has come to me saying he's unhappy that we've not talked about his contract, but it's not my priority at the moment, David. You're going to have to wait. Maybe we'll offer him one at the beginning of the next episode, but we'll close out today with the trip to the Vitality. Bournemouth, who stumbled out of the blocks early on but have gone on a decent little run of form and find themselves mid-table, need to return to winning ways here, as Chelsea have played before us and cut the gap to just 3 points, although we do have the game in hand. So tight for European football. Need a win here. Come on, you Eagles. Yeah, although we're in pole position at the moment to finish in a European spot, we'll see where we lie come the end of the season. Still lots of work to do as Kirkes finds Unal and Lerma, and we can't clear. And Unal, what a save, Dean. Just been a little bit slow and lackluster on the ball here in these opening stages. Huge save by Dean Henderson to keep the scores level. That's fired into Ouattara. Spins Gerhi. Ouattara shoots, and again, and Dean, well, he tried his best but can't keep it out. Ouattara gives Bournemouth the lead, and Crystal Palace are rocking here. We are bottling it. Raksaki will take the corner, looking for that near post run. Flicked on, surely! It's Mark Gerhi, the captain. Little bit fortunate the way it fell to him, but the Englishman slides it into the bottom corner. Crystal Palace back on level terms straight away. Exactly what we needed. First goal of the season for the captain, Mark Gerhi. And what a time to get it. I'm expecting big interest over the summer. I've seen in real life. Oh, what a ball. Unal. Bournemouth restore their lead. Newcastle apparently close to agreeing a fee with Palace for the Englishman. Be a great signing for the Geordies, but not sure whether we'll keep him here in the summer, as I'm expecting big bids. And even though he got us back on level terms, it's Bournemouth who once again restore their lead on the south coast. Unal back to Ouattara. Oh, through Dan Ballard. It's brilliant from Danga Ouattara, his second of the match, and he's just absolutely done Dan Ballard through the legs and through on goal. Bournemouth lead by 2. This has not been good enough tonight. Ayew through the gap to Edouard, gets it back to Jordan Ayew. Surely 3-2. Maybe game's not over just yet. 10 to play. Jordan Ayew, I think with his first of the season, has maybe given us a small glimmer of hope. Well, there's the whistle, and we do fall to defeat on the south coast. Ayew got the goal back, but we just couldn't force another chance out of the Cherries. Really, really disappointing defeat. And as I mentioned, with City and Liverpool to come, that could have big ramifications on our qualification for Europe this season. Dango Ouattara with 2. He absolutely tore me apart today, and a really disappointing way to end the episode. And that is where we will leave it for today. Have a look at what that does for the league standings. 8 games to play. It is so tight. You've got 4 teams separated by just a single point. Newcastle, Villa, Crystal Palace and Chelsea. It is so tight, and someone is going to have to miss out. But that will do it for today's episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. We'll be back in the next one to play probably 6 of our final 8, as well as that big FA Cup semi-final clash. Let's see if we can pick up our form heading into the final run-in as we look to hold off the chasing pack and qualify for Europe. I'll see you for the next episode very soon, guys, and peace.